Hi kids, it is Wednesday, February 10th I believe, and it's a beautiful day here in Wisconsin. We have a ton of snow on the ground, and my wonderful father-in-law just got done plowing our driveway. How great is he? Sun is out and I am ready to get this thing going. In this video, I am going to tell you about HCG, which stands for Human Chorionic Gonadotropin, if I'm saying any of that right. It is the key to this plan or this protocol, as the Dr. Simeons, who wrote this manuscript, refers to it. I have my notes here, so that's what I keep looking down at, if you're wondering. I want to make sure I give you all the information. First of all, Dr. Simeons, Dr. A.T.W. Simeons, he is the one that wrote Pounds and Inches, he calls it. And I've printed out a copy, my copy of the manuscript. Yeah, it's big. It's like 42 pages, okay? Now, I know it's the first thing you're going to say, oh, look at all those trees. You know what? I look at this thing all the dang time. I'm not kidding. All the time. I've circled things. I refer back to things. I peeled off a lot of my tabs just so they wouldn't confuse me for this. But this is, for lack of a better word, the Bible for this treatment. Dr. Simeons wrote this, Pounds and Inches, back in the 60s. He did incredible research before he wrote this. The results fascinated him as much as they fascinate me. And he realized that if a person takes HCG, a tiny amount every day, that the HCG will make their body release the fat. Now, I should tell you, there are not, you probably know this if you have read this at all. If not, if you haven't read this, if you got to it and thought, oh, yeah, right, I'm sitting there reading, 42 pages of that, well, you will want to before you go on this plan, if you plan on doing this. Like I said, I'm not here to push everybody into this, but this is what's worked for us. And this is what people continue to ask me on a daily basis. I swear to God, my skin is clearer every day. My body is getting thinner. I can't describe the feeling that I have about this plant. That's why I want to just scream it. Now, originally, Deb Company of debcompany.ning.com is the one that told me about this. Her sister was on it, or is on it, I guess she's still on it, and she lost like, I don't know, 25 pounds, I don't know in how long, if it was like 40 days or something, and she's kept it off. And Deb was like, have you heard of this? And, told me about it. Well, I hadn't heard about it, so I went online and looked things up, and it just kind of took off from there. I did literally 2 months of research on this. Every single day. My husband was so sick of me talking about it. Every day he'd come home and I'd say, oh, check this out, look at these YouTubes, look at this information I found. And I kept digging and digging and digging and finding the supplies that were the cheapest. Because, I know some of you already have concerns that you're on a tight budget. We are too. We're not rolling in it or anything. But you know what? If you want to do this plan, I can tell you the cheapest way to go. It's not, you're not cutting any quality corners or anything. And if you want to do it, this is basically your fairy godmother right here. I'm not kidding. I'm not usually, one of those people that jumps on the bandwagon. Oh, this is so great, this is so great. It's just not me. I am more of a skeptic. And even if something looks great, when inside I'm like, wow. I'm like, what's the catch? There's always a catch. And with this, you're looking at 30 pounds in 30 days. And I feel fantastic. I have high energy levels. I don't know what to tell you to convince you that this will work. If you stick to it, this will work. Now, I'm not saying it's easy peasy, okay? Let's just get that out of the way right now. But it's easy enough that when you get used to it, after your first week, of course, like any diet, your first week is, you know, kind of the tough part. I have not had any problems with hunger. I've not had any problems with tiredness. Nothing like that. In fact, I have more energy than I did 2 months ago. And that is no lie. I would not sit here and feed a bunch of crap into you guys. Alright. So let's get back to this. Pounds and Inches by Dr. Simeons. That's what we need. In case this sounds a little similar to you or familiar to you, this guy, now stick with me. Kevin Trudeau. No, I'm not a big fat Kevin Trudeau fan. But this book, The Weight Loss Cure They Don't Want You to Know About, is based on this manuscript. He, by accident, met this Dr. Simeons for something not related to obesity, although he was overweight. But I believe he went to him for a different medical treatment in Rome, and he, like I said, by accident got on to being treated by Dr. Simeons for his weight, and he wrote this book on it. Now, since the Pounds and Inches was written back in the 60s, when Trudeau wrote this book, he made a lot of, he tweaked it a bit because of the things that we're dealing with now that they didn't have to deal with back then. You know, things like all the hormones and pesticides and in and on our foods. They didn't have that stuff then, you know. I mean, they did, but they didn't have it to this extent. So, he really goes into a lot of things that this manuscript doesn't. What I did was, I didn't buy this book. I don't know if you can see that, but I got it from my library. So, see if you can check this out at your library, because this isn't something that I would necessarily need because I got the free version. So, there we go. We've got the Pounds and Inches manuscript to look at, and Kevin Trudeau's The Weight Loss Cure They Don't Want You to Know About. So, now whether you like him or not, it deals with this topic. Alright. HCG, what is it? What is it not? It is a hormone. It's a hormone that the female body makes when she is pregnant. She makes, or can make, up to something like 1 million units, international units of HCG per day. This is a defense mechanism for the baby, actually, so that the baby does not run out of food in case the mother's body, or the mother cuts down on her food and there's not enough to go around. The HCG releases what the baby needs. What is it not? It's not a sex hormone. What I mean by that is, by the name, human chorionic gonadotropin. Women, you're not going to be growing gonads, and men are not going to be getting man boobs, okay? It has nothing to do with your sex. It's whatever sex you're at right now. This is not going to touch it. Alright, I am pushing 10 minutes on this section, so I'm going to end this one here and just go on to the next video. See you there. Bye-bye.